Hello everybody, this is the 29th lecture for the IELTS. Today we are having different questions. We have choices and we have to choose in which paragraph also. So, we have questions from 1 to 5. Say, which paragraph contains the following information? Nota bene, you may use any letter more than once. That means you may use any letter more than once and you don't have to use all the letters. Number 1, an expert's expression that is considered appropriate for all art objects. Number 2, the process required to make a certain type of object. Number 3, the main reason why people have always produced objects. Number 4, reference to an artist who combines different artistic styles. Number 5, mention of the fact that a particular object is smaller than it used to be. Questions 6 to 8 say, choose the correct letter A, B, C or D. Number 6, what point does the writer make about decorating objects? A, it's something people have always done. B, it always improves the appearance of an object. C, it's usually done to make the object more noticeable. D, it can indicate that the object has a range of functions. 7, which of the following is a characteristic of contemporary furniture? A, is strong and lasts well. B, it combines several important features. C, more if it is made in Scandinavia than elsewhere. D, much of it is designed these days for individual homes. 8, the writer refers to the motor car because it's an art from which raises concern about the environment. B, it shows how far humans have progressed. C, it has longer history than many other art objects. D, it has been appropriately altered according to needs. It's about the passage of art in everyday life. We will start reading and answering at the same time. In paragraph A, art is everywhere in our lives. Every man-made object is linked with art. A house, a motor car, a bridge, a chair, a teapot, a screw, or a piece of cloth. Throughout history, humans have made articles for a wide variety of purposes, generally for everyday or utilitarian requirements. The style of utilitarian objects reflects the outlook and the spirit of the times in which they are made, and in consequence the style is constantly changing. Let's come to the answers here. We have 1 talking about an expert's life. It doesn't talk about an expression. 2, the process required. It doesn't talk about a process. 3, the main reason why people have always produced objects. Yes, it talks about the main reason why people have produced or have always produced objects. How? It's in every man-made object, art. Okay, and also that means throughout history humans have made articles for a wide, which means have made objects for a wide variety of purposes. This is the main reason, for a wide variety of purposes. Okay, number 6 says, what point does the writer make about decorating objects? The answer will be A, it's something people have always done. because it says art is everywhere in our lives. Every man-made object is linked with art, a house, blah blah blah, which means it's something people have always done. So we have answered 3A and 6 with the choices A for the reason. Let's go on. B. It seems that humans possess a natural urge to enhance constructed objects with elaborate decoration, sometimes for beautification, sometimes with religious motives, sometimes to show off their wealth and power, and sometimes to tell a story. Decorating is not art in itself. Unnecessary decoration can ruin the form and perhaps the function of an object, but when decoration is used with care and discretion, it can beautify, produce variety, and add interest. Let's come here. Which one is related to this one? Do we have anyone related to this one? It doesn't talk about an expert's expression, doesn't talk about the process required. Number 3 have already taken it. There is no reference to an artist who combines. Mention the fact, it doesn't talk about the fact that a particular object is smaller than it used to be. Number 6 we have already chosen A and we made the reason. Number 7 doesn't talk about the choices of number 7. And number 8 about motto, no, it doesn't talk about motto. So B is an extra one. We don't need it for our answers. Don't forget, we don't need it for our answers. C. The first essential in every creation is that it should properly fulfill its purpose. For instance, a teapot should pour perfectly, an easy chair should provide comfortable relaxation, a block of flats should be pleasant, a place in which to live, and a factory or commercial building should be a suitable building in which to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, and 8 we don't need. Let's see number 7. Which of the following is a characteristic of contemporary furniture? Also, it doesn't talk about that. Okay, so D. Let's come to D. Here it says the second essential is that an object should please the eye with its form, line, proportion, color, and texture, and it should be capable of stirring the emotions. Louis Sullivan, 1856 to 1924, American architect, coined the apt phrase from follows function. In other words, it's more important for things to be functional than decorative. For example, contemporary furniture, it talks about furniture. Contemporary furniture, which is number 7. Okay, we will go on and we will answer it. Contemporary furniture designers must think of form, function, and structure, and for the last half century have taken their lead from the outstanding Scandinavian designs of Denmark, Finland, and Sweden, whose preference was for simple functional furniture to suit the architectural environment of the day. Heavy, ponderous furniture is no longer desirable, and by contrast, modern furniture is often characterized by its good proportion, pleasing lines, simple fittings, and attractive fabrics. Okay, let's come to the choices. Number 1. An expert's expression that is considered appropriate for all art objects. Yes, Louis Sullivan is an expert and he gave his expression which is considered appropriate for all art objects, as he explains here. So number one will choose paragraph D, because number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 say in which paragraph do you find this piece of information. So number 1 is in D. Okay, let's come to 2. It doesn't talk about the process. We have already chosen 3. Reference, it doesn't talk about any reference. 5 mention the fact. No, it doesn't talk about that. We have already taken 6. Now we come to number 7. Which of the following is a characteristic of contemporary furniture? A. Is strong and lasts well. B. It combines several important features. C. More of it is made in Scandinavia than elsewhere. D. Much of it is designed these days for individual homes. The answer will be B, because it combines several important features. In the last 3 lines, heavy ponderous furniture is no longer desirable, and by contrast, modern furniture is often characterized by its good proportion, pleasing lines, simple fittings, and attractive fabrics. We have those 4 features. So the answer will be B. It combines several important features. Okay, now let's come to E. It says, pottery is an example of form of function coming together. Pottery is the art of fashioning an object in clay, firing it in a kiln to harden the material, and then glazing the object to produce a waterproof coating. As well as fulfilling its function, the object should exhibit a pleasing form. A teacup needs to be easy to drink from. The handle should provide a comfortable, safe grip, and the shape should prevent the loss of heat from the liquid. When handle-made, pottery does not perform a strict utilitarian function, but is produced purely as a work of art. It should stir the emotions with its inherent beauty. The merging of the Eastern and Western traditions shows in the work of the English potter Bernard Leach, who worked as a potter in Japan for several years and always considered the mood or nature of a pot to be of first importance. Ancient pieces of pottery excavated from archaeological sites indicate that the desire to produce pots which were both functional and beautiful at the same time is by no means a new concept. Let's come to the choices. Number 1, we have already chosen it. Number 2, the process required to make a certain type of object. Yes, it talks about that. From the first line, the last word, pottery is the art of fashioning an object in clay, firing it in a kiln to harden the material, and then glazing the object. This is the process, because fashioning an object in clay, firing it in a kiln, which talks about the steps of how to make it. So this is the process. 3, we have already chosen 3. 4, refers to an artist who combines different artistic styles. Yes, we already have it. I've read it in the middle or in the 3rd part. Just a second, let me look for the name. Okay, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In the 9th line, the merging of the Eastern and Western traditions shows in the work of the English potter Bernard Leach. Reference to an artist, Bernard Leach, who combines different artistic styles, the merging of the Eastern and Western traditions. So this is the answer of number 4. We find the information here. Number 5 doesn't talk about that. We have already taken 6 and 7. We still have also number 8 doesn't talk about that. Let's see this paragraph F. I'm sure we will find 5 and 8 in F. Motor vehicles. Okay, number 5 says mention of the fact that a particular object is smaller than it used to be. Number 8, the writer refers to the motor car because, yes, motor vehicles. Okay, motor vehicles are a perfect example of how design has changed to suit function. Early car design was greatly influenced by the horse-drawn carriage, but today we find functional design fulfilling every requirement of utility and good appearance. Designs in the 1980s and 1990s incorporated streamlining of reduced wind resistance in fast-moving vehicles, and at the same time satisfy an important art principle, rhythm. But the cars of today often half the size of their predecessors. So we have 5 mention of the fact that a particular object is smaller than it used to be. We find this information here because it says, and at the same time satisfy an important art principle rhythm, but the cars of today often half the size. That means it's smaller than they used to be of their predecessors, have taken the concept of industrial design way beyond simple strength, comfort and beauty. They now incorporate a raft of safety and ecological features reflecting the need to be environmentally friendly though. For example, reduce the fuel consumption while at the same time satisfying the need to be stylish, modish and appealing to the eye. For many people, the 21st century car represents the ultimate work of art. So let's come to number 8. The writer refers to the motor car because A is an art from which raises concern about the environment. B, it shows how far humans have progressed. C, it has a longer history than many other art objects. I have seen nothing about that. There is no comparison. And doesn't show the progress. They didn't mention that really. I mean, the main idea of this one doesn't talk about that. A is an art from which raises concern about the environment. No, it's not the main idea. D, it has been appropriately altered according to need. Yes, D, because we are talking about the needs, the first one in the first part and also in the last part. They talk about the needs of the globe, not of a person. So up to here we come to the end of our lecture today. Wish that you got the benefit. If you have any questions, please ask them. If you have any criticism, please write it in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you like this lecture, press the button of subscribe. Thank you very much. That was Mr Haidar ALcasseer with you.